What's going on, guys? Mark here from Labyrinth Studios, back again with another React video for you all. I hope you enjoy. Today we are looking at the band 12 Foot Ninja with their song Ain't That a Bitch. Some years back I randomly stumbled across one of their music videos here on YouTube. Really enjoyed it. Can't remember what the song was. It definitely wasn't this one, just judging by the thumbnail. For whatever reason, I never really checked out any of their other music, even though I really enjoyed that one song that I heard. So when I got this track recommended to me by someone in the comments on one of my other videos, I was excited to check this one out. So without any further ado, let's get into it. This is 12 Foot Ninja with their song Ain't That a Bitch. Okay, not what I was expecting.
Will it ever get better than this? If it ever gets better than this, if it never gets better than this, I'm walking out of here. 'Cause I've done everything I couldn't, everything I wouldn't. Oh yes, I've done everything I couldn't, everything I wouldn't. Spinning poison with a head full of pins, then you raise the stakes by raising your fist. I could waste my time on giving a shit. I'm walking out of here. 'Cause I've done everything I couldn't, everything I wouldn't. Oh yes, I've done everything I couldn't, everything I wouldn't. Without you, I wouldn't have found my...
Okay, yeah, nice surprise there. I was expecting something a bit rockier, I guess, because that's what I remember from the song that I did hear by them. Yeah, really like this so far. I love the Rhodes kind of sounding keys going on, and then there were bits of organ that just came in during the chorus, which complemented the Rhodes sound really nicely. The vocals sound super lush here. Obviously a great vocalist, their singer, a really nice voice, but just the way the vocals are recorded are just working really nicely with his voice. I'd be interested to know what microphone was used and what sort of vocal chain it was going through, what preamps, compressors, EQs and so on. Just sounds super lush, really nice. I love the general sense of low end in the mix. The bass is like really thick and warm sounding. The kick drum sounds great, working really nicely with the bass guitar together with each other. Yeah, just a really nice thick bed of low end which fills out the arrangement nicely. Some nice backing vocals going on as well, with nice use of panning. They were coming more sort of towards the left, I think, most of the time, and complemented the lead vocal very nicely. So yeah, overall just a super nice vibe so far with this track. Really enjoyable listen, just a really nice rounded sounding mix. So let's get back into the song.
My strength. Through your abuse, I learned to love myself. You'll imprison somebody else. You'll think you can save you, but the shoe won't fit. Well, ain't that a bitch?
yeah, just going to stop it again there as it's come into this heavier section here. This was more what I remembered from what I heard of them before. A nice sort of transition as it builded up towards it getting heavier, where the guitar tones got a little more overdriven, but they were a bit more sort of twangy sounding. And then as it came into this section, they're a lot more fuller bodied sounding, a lot more low end information in there, working in tandem with the bass guitar tone nicely. Yeah, just thickened up a lot beefier, a lot chuggier. I like that progression in general with the arrangement, and there was that break with the piano that was almost had a bit of like honky tonk kind of vibe to it, old timey sort of sounding, and it was slightly filtered as well to give that sort of vibe. On a side note, with the video, I love the obvious sense of humour this band has. That's very cool as well. Yeah, let's get back into it, but I just kind of wanted to make note of that with how much I appreciated that transition as it got heavier. It was very clever, both in terms of the mix and then the arrangement, but how they sort of play into each other. It's a very well focused production in general, and recording and mix that knows what it wants to achieve. There's a very clear directive here that's executed very well. Nice backing vocals. Okay. The comic book and video game sort of visuals going on here in the video are great. This is reminding me of Dexter a lot, although a lot more grotesque. Yeah, so before we get into the last final bit of the song, yeah, that little sort of segue in the video was cool. Very grotesque, but yeah, I like that. I'm a horror fan, so yeah, it's obviously very tongue-in-cheek and very over the top and silly. I love the general sense of humour here going on in the video. I'm not usually a fan of when you do have those segues, and I remember there was a period of time where the like long extended like short film-esque music videos with, you know, you'd have like 5-minute introductions or whatever before the song even hit. Yeah, I've never been much of a fan of that. You know, if I want to watch a music video, it's primarily because I want to hear the song. The visuals are an accompaniment, so anything that kind of interrupts that. Same when you have music videos where there's bits of talking over the video, which is why I like, you know, I prefer when if there is going to be any kind of narrative with talking where it's subtitled like in this video. No, the segue I liked in this, and it didn't detract from it. It could have maybe been a little bit shorter, but that's beside the point anyway. We're here to talk about the music primarily. Yeah, and that final part of the heavier section, really nice. The versatility of the singer as he kind of starts to like sort of growl more and add more distortion into his voice. There was a bit of what sounded like distortion actually added on as an effect towards the end to kind of heighten that growl and that anger in his vocal performance, which worked really nicely. And then there were bits of again, as he was belting it out more, becoming a bit more aggressive with his performance. Nice use of what sounded like a blend of reverb and delay that was mixed in really nicely there. In general, there's just some really nice like smooth sounding compression on the vocal, which sounds great. I just love the sound of the vocal here. It just sounds really, really good. Yeah, not much more I think that I want to add other than that. Just in general, the production and the writing here, the arrangement and everything is just really, really good. Very, very proficient and excellent musicianship on display here, basically. And the production, it's a nice production where there's, you know, some nice flourishes and stuff going on with like I just mentioned, the vocal effects and stuff like that, but it's not getting in the way in any way. It's just complementing everything nicely. So yeah, let's listen to the last bit of the song. Nice. What a great tune. Really enjoyed that. Great band. I'll be sure to check out some more of their music. This has renewed my interest in the band that, to be honest, I'd forgotten about them. So yeah, I'm glad to have the reminder. And I'll be listening to this tune more, as I think there's quite a few. One of those songs that on repeated listens, there's kind of just, you know, more things to discover. At the end there, just how it came back, you know, it came full circle and came back to that softer sound with the Rhodes and organ in there and stuff. And the panning, I just noticed the panning towards the end, very nice use of panning with the almost slightly, you know, reggae-ish kind of rhythm, those stabs, I guess you'd call it, on the guitar with the clean, slightly overdriven kind of tone, but that twangy sort of tone. Yeah, complementing, just sitting over there in the mix, complementing the Rhodes and the organ on the other side. I love stuff like that. I love just good, you know, creative use of panning. It can really make or break a mix. You know, there's only so much information in a stereo field, and there's quite often in a band arrangement a lot competing with each other, so you really have to think about where everything sits. You know, the low end stuff is obviously normally quite sort of focus center and more mono, 'cause it's not always the case. Sometimes, you know, you will have use of panning on whether it's bass guitar or anything more low end focused. But typically, yeah, low end stuff is going to sit more central. Guitars, you know, you can really make use of, especially with double tracking and sort of thickening stuff up. Going for just a wide, larger than life image where you're panning things left and right more. Drums, you know, panning. So you've got your overheads and your toms. I love great panning on toms where, you know, it kind of goes around the stereo field almost, I mean, as you would sort of visualize, you know, a kit with where everything sits, sort of visualizing the drum kit as a real sound stage. But yeah, so there was good use of that kind of stuff in this mix. Overall, a great production. I'm gonna stop here before I start waffling, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That always helps me out. Hit the notifications bell as well if you would like to stay up to date with the latest videos that I'm putting out. And with that said, I've been Mark from Labyrinth Studios. I will see you guys again in the next one.